Hey guys, today we're going to be putting together a new brooder box I got from Dale's Quails out of Wisconsin. I actually picked this up while I was at QuailCon. He was one of the vendors there. Had an extra one. It's a medium brooder is what it's called. I thought it looked a lot better than the Rubbermaid tubs that I've been using. And I could probably build one, but I couldn't build one for as cheap as he was selling them for. So we're going to get it put together today, give you guys an idea of what it looks like. It's pretty light, about 40 pounds, something like that. So let's get it opened up and let's see what it comes with. And I only got a couple hours before the daylight goes and before nighttime comes, so I'll see if I can get it put together before then, because I got birds in the incubator right now hatching out. Alrighty, first things first, let's get it opened up. Excuse the neighbor's dog. She wants a lot of attention. She's barking like crazy. I know that's probably picking up on camera. I'm hoping she gives up here in just a minute. Alright, so what we've got inside the box is all the parts. This has pretty much been put together. I mean, all I'm going to have to do is basically screw it together, I think. Maybe staple a few things down, but not much. So we've got, this is a, look at that, the hinge is already put on. I don't know if you can see that in camera. Hinge is already put on there. So this is going to be the lid, one part of the lid. Looks like we got an instruction. These are the instructions right here on how to put it together. That gives you a parts list. And yeah, looks pretty straightforward, pretty simple. See how quickly I can get it together. Got a piece of wire there that I can make sure I cut myself on in a little bit. Probably will. This is a side. I'm not sure which side yet. We'll figure it out as we go. This is another side. We got some wood glue. We got some wood glue, and it looks like some screws to put it together. And nice little card from Dale himself. Alright, let's move this box over to the side here. Sit down, read some instructions. There we go. Probably should look at the instructions. Boy, that dog's being incredibly annoying today. Usually not that bad. Alright, there's all the contents. Step 1, lay an A on its back and attach the two B and C. So A is a side, and attach B and C. Be sure to glue the dowels to the holes, each piece to create a secure fit. Alright, so let's find, that's not it, is it? That's a side. I don't know which one's which. Let me look and see. So it says step 1, lay A on its back. Yeah, this has got to be it. This has got to be one of the sides. I don't see the A on here, but that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. So we're going to lay it on its back. And it says attach the two B and C. So is that C? Did I decide that was C? That's got to be C. How do I attach that? It attaches. Yep, there it is. I think that's the C, isn't it? I think it says C on the bottom there. Let me look at the other one. I was looking for where it said that, and I think I finally found it. Yeah, I did. Well, it's got to go like that because that's the way it fits together, if that makes sense. The way this fits over the edge of that. I don't know how well you can see that in camera, but that's how it's got to go. So it's got to go like that. And I have to come back and glue these. And then do something else, but let me get them dry fit together first. I can't find it. Must attach like this. Doesn't want to go on. That's going to be a tight fit, but that's okay. Tight fit's a good fit. There's the other side of the door. Okay, the door's going to go on like so. Okay. So those would go like that. Okay, and then this one goes right on top. It goes on top. This way, just like this. But I gotta get some glue on these and glue them together. So this is going to be the bulk of the brooder box right here. So we got like two sides. We'll have two other sides that'll go on here. They're in the box right now. This is the door. We'll have a bottom that goes on, but this is the, this is it. This is the bulk of it. So I need to get the glue out, get these things glued together, and pieced together, and then I'm gonna read the rest of the instructions. Okay, I need to get a mallet. I need to get a couple of things going here so I can get this all put together. Okay, so I got my dowel, I got my mallet and all that so I can glue these together. I'll show you something here on the instructions, the way the instructions read. It's not that complicated, it's pretty easy. It doesn't necessarily, it tells you lay an A back and attach the two. Well, the A piece is the sides, there's two sides. So I've got this side, I've got the other side, that's this right here. So you can't miss that. You'll figure that out if you just look at the picture the way they got it right here. You can kind of figure that out. What the only thing, it's not really tricky, but just to make sure, it says attach the two B and C. Well, B is the doors, which are up here, and this support right here. The only thing that's maybe tricky about this is figuring out which way this goes on, but you kind of figure it out pretty quick because it's got, you can see it's got this little lip in here that fits over this little shelf right here. So that's the only way it can go on there. That's the only thing I would say at all that is all tricky about this, is it goes on that way. And I'll show you what I mean. If I turn it around the other way, there's a pre-drilled hole in the bottom of this. If I put that on here, it just doesn't, it doesn't fit. It doesn't. You see what I'm saying? You can figure it out pretty quick. That's not the right way. So, it's pretty easy to figure out. All right, let me get some glue. I can't reach it. It's on the other side. There we go. Get some glue and we'll get to gluing this thing together. Not sure what those dowels are for. We'll figure it out as we go, won't we? So, that's too much glue. Always make a mess with glue. Always. There's probably some carpenters out there right now going, oh, what are you doing? But that should do it. That should hold it. Where is the... Gotta find the hole in it. There we go. Got it. Alright. That should be... I'll probably just clamp that down. But I think I'll go ahead and glue the rest of it. Now this one here, I'm going to have to mallet down in place. So, but it's the same process. I've got a rubber mallet over here. Once I get this glued, I'll need to tap it from the top. It's kind of a tight fit. I don't know if you can see that or not. If it's pretty tight, so I'm gonna have to tap that one into place. But I'm gonna go glue in the other side. You don't need to necessarily watch me do all this kind of stuff right here. That's all I'm doing is gluing these on. Let me back the camera up so you can get an overall idea of where we're at in the process here. All right, it's just the same process. Glue these together, and that's really about all there is to it. it together. Oh, I popped out of the side, darn it. Ah, I'm pulling it all apart. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Just turn these, make sure they're kind of squared off whenever you tap them into place. Same thing back here. These are the sides. They go in like this on the inside. It's got pre-drilled holes. We're going to screw it to the side like this. Just like that. Two things that make important. This hole needs to go at the top of the brooder where the lids are, and the smooth side of this, you want that to be to the inside of the brooder box, not the rough side of this board. I'm going to take this label off. There we go. Just like that. And then there's pre-drilled holes in the side here. I'm going to go ahead and screw it in here in just a minute. That's going to add a lot of stability to this, because right now, I mean, all it is just glued at these joints right here, but I get this screwed in, that's going to help really hold that together and tighten that up. And it works. This is also a chance to see if it's all squared up or not. It's a little tight right there, but I think it will be okay. Alright. It's going to sit like that. Sit like that. Should go get screw gun. I'm not real sure that gluing that is absolutely necessary, but we will go ahead and do it because the instructions say to do it. Make sure we do it right. Actually, to let hardest time getting these little screw bags open. Not quite as bad as the bags of the grocery store you put all your vegetables in, but still, they're always difficult for me for some reason. Alright, let's see what we got here. Just like that. Just like that, right? Start in the corner. Stay up there. Try to get that screwed in. I don't know that I can in the corner. So we won't start in the corner then. We'll start right here in the middle. Make sure I got it placed just right. There we go. One side on, the other side goes on the same way, so back's gonna be to you. You don't need to watch this part. All right, so we got the sides put on. It's still sitting on the floor, you know, and it's got the lids on the top here opened up. So next thing we're gonna do is put the hardware cloth in. I don't know, is this completely square? This is the floor of the brooder. I need to staple that all in place, but I gotta get it in there first. I think it's square, so I think it's not gonna matter. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like it fits about the same either way. I can't get that. There we go. Just far this way. I'm gonna get it situated where I want it, and then just staple her down. This one I do want to start, I think, from up here in the corner. Stapling it, work my way across, keeping it tight. And I just completely missed the wire on that one. I just put a staple in it. Wasn't holding anything down. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. There we go. Probably put more staples in it than I needed, but that's going to hold up pretty good, I think. Alright, I do need to get a hammer and tap some of those staples in, but that can wait a few minutes. It's not super urgent. So now, I think the legs go on next, and I think we're pretty much done at that point. This is nice, though. He did give me, I got one extra screw that would have gone inside here in case I lost one. And then I've also got a couple of these little dowels, extras, in case you like break one off or something like that. He gave you a couple extra. I got blood all over me. Like I said, I think I killed a mosquito. I don't know what that is, so just ignore it. And then, I don't know how many screws I got in here. These are the ones that are going to go onto the legs. These should go on pretty straightforward, pretty, you know, not with a staple gun though, with a screw gun. So what I want to do is, let me get my screw started here. And then keep it straight. There we go. And that's gonna go a little quicker. What I want to do is make sure that this leg, it's got this piece right here that fits right down inside the edge of that. So I want to align it all the way to the top and all the way to the side. I want to hold it there while I screw it down. And I want to do that on all of them as I screw them in. That makes sure. Yeah, that's pretty sturdy when you know. I was worried about it twisting and stuff, but it's not. So I'm going to do the same thing on the back side here. Set that leg piece up there. Make sure that it's up against that. Get a screw started. Make sure it stays all the way up against there. I'm all crooked second on that one, but that's okay. It's holding up. And then I got 2 more to put on the other side, so. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go get this in my garage, find a place to set it, let it sit for the 24 hours and cure. We'll come back and take a look at it. Running out of light for tonight anyway, but I got it built. So now it's ready to sit and just cure. I got it built, and then I think it looks great. We'll take a look at it a little bit more in detail once it's all cured, all ready to go with the birds. We'll get it set out in the shed there and get some birds in it, because they're starting to hatch right now. Should be, I don't know, I may have to put them in a temporary brooder before I move them into this one tomorrow. So I'll come back to you guys once this has had a chance to all get set up. Once we get it cured and we get it out there, get birds in it, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys shortly. To you it'll be just a second or two. To me it'll be probably tomorrow evening, maybe the next day. We'll see. Alright, well, we're actually a couple of days since the last time I saw you. I think 2 days since the last time I filmed anything. I got the brooder box all set up. Of course, you saw that. I did figure out I did something wrong. I thought when I was putting these legs on, I was like, only 1 screw goes into those? That doesn't make any sense. Well, there's actually 2 screws on the side that go in as well. I found those and put them in. So they go in this way to the side, which makes sense, because I was thinking if you tried to screw through here, there's nothing to screw into. So I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. I don't know, who knows. I was in a hurry to get it done. But there are 2 more screws, one here on each leg all the way around that go into the side. So it's all set up. This is 39 inches by 40 inches wide. Pretty good sized brooder box that can hold a ton of birds. Now, I had a, here, hang on a second. I had something sticking to me in the foot. I had a terrible hatch rate. I know exactly why. I'll address that in another video. So I only got 5 birds, I think it is, 4 to put in here. It's overkill. But we're gonna use it anyway, because that Rubbermaid tote, this is just way better than the Rubbermaid tote. What I'll be doing is I'll be laying down, I've already got them in here, laying down these blue shop towels on the floor of the brooder box for about, the first week and a half, and then I'll remove that and leave them on the wire floor for the droppings to just fall through. So this will give them some security though, help with the heat retention a little bit. We are getting nights down in the 40s now, so I got to worry about that a little bit. It also just gives a little bit more of a secure floor to walk on when they're that small. But they grow so fast that after about a week and a half, I can pull those paper towels up and they'll be fine on the wire bottom floor, and it'll keep it a lot cleaner. I won't have to worry about cleaning it out all the time, which is a big blessing, because Rubbermaid tote brooder, which I'll pull out here in a minute because we're going to be switching the birds out. The Rubbermaid tote, that thing gets filthy. I mean, once the birds are about a week and a half old, especially if you've got more than 4 or 5, if you got about 15 or so in there, after about a week, you're cleaning it out every day. And what I have 2 totes, so what I do is I just transfer the birds to the clean one, take the dirty one, go clean it out. But about every other day, you've got to clean that out. With this, I'm not going to have to worry about it, because it's wire floor. Everything is going to fall right through the bottom. So let me get the old brooder box out of the shed, get the new brooder box in. It's a little crowded in there, hard to get the camera in there with me. But I'll get them all set up, and then we'll show you kind of how the setup works. All right, there's the old brooder. These guys can just sit here for a few minutes while I get this new one situated inside there. Another nice thing about this is it's super light. I think it weighs maybe 35 pounds, something like that. Very easy to pick up though. Not hard at all. Maybe a little tricky to get in here, but we'll figure it out. All right, like I said, kind of cramped in here, but you can see, got the brooder box in here, got the heat lamp set up. I do use this Inkbird temperature controller. So I've got the temperature probe down inside. I've got it set to 100 degrees, so these lights will kick off when it gets to 100 degrees. Now I'm going to be this is way overkill for 4 little baby birds, but what I'll probably be doing is laying a piece of cardboard over this side right here, because we are getting down in the 40s at night. So that'll just help retain the heat just a little bit. You can see the lights just kicked off because it got up to 100 degrees, because it's like 81 degrees outside right now. So it's not that much work for the heat lamps to keep up with it right now. But when the nights, when it gets down below 40 degrees, that's going to be a bigger deal. And we're going to need some more protection, I think. So let me bring you over and show you. I only got 4 birds in here because I had, like I said, terrible hatch rate. Only got 4 birds out of it. I'll explain that in another video because I got more to talk about on that. But this is the new brooder box. This is the Dale's Quails brooder box. Now you can't see it very well because I've got it sitting inside my chicken brooder when I brood chickens, meat chickens in here. I've got the old truck bed liner out of my truck that I use for that brooder, and this just sitting inside of that. So you can't see the bottom, you can't see the legs or any of that kind of stuff, but you saw it outside. This is great. This is a much bigger brooder than that little bitty Rubbermaid tub I was using. You could fit, oh good grief, probably 50 or 60 birds in here if you're only brooding them out for about 2 weeks. So birds got all kinds of room in here, too much really, but they'll make do. Let me get the camera off here, we'll show you what it looks like inside. All right, so there you go. Let's open up the lid here. There you go, we got birds. We got, now what I do is I just throw the food on the floor. Whenever it comes, like I said, these guys get about a week and a half old, I'll be taking these paper towels out and I'll switch over to a feeder more like what I feed them outside in, which is like a Rubbermaid tub with holes cut in the side for them to stick their heads through. Not a tub, but more like a Tupperware style container. Got their water sitting out here for them. Got, I mean, it's just a couple of them sitting right over there. This is going to work great. Lights kick back on to heat us back up. I got 2 lights on it right now, which is overkill for right now, but at night, like I said, getting down in the 40s, I think 2 lights are necessary right now. So, all right. I think I'm going to leave them alone, let them get situated. They just got in here. All right, well, I am super happy with that brooder box. I think it's going to work out just great, especially when I have larger number of birds that I'm brooding out. That's going to be fantastic. You can pick up one at Dale's Quails. Put the website down below. I believe it's $125 for this size, which is the medium brooder box is the one I've got. They got one smaller, and he's got one much bigger. So you can go with either size you want. Now, for $125, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. I could build that brooder box, you know, myself, source the parts myself, put it together myself. It's not that complex of a design. It's a good design, but it's not that complex. I could do it myself, but I don't think I could do it for less than $125. And if I could, not much less than $125. And I'd have to cut all the hardware cloth by hand. I'd have to invest in a whole roll of hardware cloth, first of all, which is probably $45, $50 alone. And then the hinges, and I'd have to get all that measurements down and cut it all. For having one you just take out of the box and screw it together, I mean, it's a great deal. $125, fantastic deal. So go visit Dale's Quail at the website down below. See what all he's got some great cages as well, and just an all-around good guy. So anyway, I guess that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, God bless.